Well, it all comes down to this. Welcome back to another matchup here for the IPL Season 1 Losers Round 3. But this time, this game determines which player will move on and which player will unfortunately be eliminated from IPL Season 1 here in the Northwest position. On Shakura's Plateau, we have our blue Protoss, ROOTMinigun, and his opponent in the red, EGAxslav, also Protoss, spawning in the southeast. Now, we've seen basically two very different PvPs. In the first game, Minigun, he decided to go with a 1 base, 3 Colossus push, eventually got himself up to 4. It was simply too strong for Axslav's 3 gateway robo expansion. Unfortunately, he just was not able to keep up with the unit count. He didn't have the proper units to be able to handle those Colossus. And of course, once extended thermal lance hit, it was pretty much all over. Now, extended thermal lance completely changes the whole idea of what the Colossus as a unit is. Because without extended thermal lance, it is very difficult to get your Colossus in range without putting them in grave danger of a unit that any race can throw at you. When you have extended thermal lance, which does cost a good amount of minerals and gas, you of course get that range increase that makes them very difficult to take down if you do not have the proper units to do so. So in the second game, we saw Blink Stalkers come out, and really I have no idea what we might see from these two players off the first game. On Shakura's Plateau, we have seen a lot of Protosses go with this traditional Forge first, Nexus second type of a build. And it does not look like we're going to have any sort of shenanigans like that in game number 3. And why not? I mean, very important game. These two players do realize that they are cross-position. Minigun is also going to do a gas steal, which did come into effect in the last game. However, it didn't really stop Axslav from doing the job that he needed to do and ultimately win that game in order to stay alive. Minigun has his Psycore nearing completion. Minigun's going to get his second gas as well. So whatever comes out of here first, it is going to be a Zealot. We'll have to start doing work on that assimilator to get rid of it. Also, you got to start considering you have to build away. Otherwise, your opponent has full vision of what's going on. But Axslav is inside his opponent's base. There is a Zealot on the way with a Stalker going close behind it. He is going to see that that gas has been taken. However, it has not been populated yet. So he's going to try to get out of there with his life, and he does successfully make it out of there. Zealot's going to start working away on the assimilator. Warp Gate research is being chrono boosted. Right now, both Warp Gates about even. It looks like Minigun just a little bit ahead. Stalker's going to start coming out of here, and he will get rid of this assimilator. Now, I do not believe that he took that assimilator because he wanted to get the gas. In fact, it looks like we're going to have a 4 Warp Gate rush here from Minigun. He took the gas basically A, to make sure his opponent did it, and B, to possibly throw off his opponent to go, yeah, I'm going to go for one of these 1 base Colossus builds and you're going to like it. But that isn't what happened. We also do have Axslav saving a probe over here. Do we have a probe? Oh, we already have a pylon in a great position because I do not think a lot of players actually have been scouting down here. Kind of expect it back here in the alley, maybe up here over on the side behind the grass, even up here to try to get away from there. And this Stalker is scouting around trying to find it. Of course, this Stalker will get vision of it as he, oh, whoa, wait a second. What's that pylon doing down there? But this Stalker is actually not going to kill it. Finally, he sees it. I think he turns around and goes, I think I need to take it. Oh my gosh, those units warped in, and it's going to be 2 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers, and Axslav is going to be in a ton of, oh, this is really bad for Axslav. Really bad. There are a lot of Stalkers. There are absolutely no sentries. No 1 sentry being warped in right now. So probes are going to be taken out. Is he going to get the Zealot? Oh, he does get the Zealot before he is force field out of position. We're going to have another pylon going down, but I really feel like Axslav could have prevented that. Oh my goodness, 2 more pylons going down. Sentry waiting for more energy to be able to back off here. Probes coming out as well. Might be able to take out this Zealot. Zealot's now under fire. Another Zealot is warped in, trying to keep that Zealot count down to a minimum, but the Immortal does come out. That'll do an excellent job versus these Stalkers. More Zealots being warped in on the high ground, and they say force fields? What force fields? As Minigun is making his way into EGAxslav's base. This is not looking good. More probes being pulled here. EGAxslav doing everything that he can to try to stay alive in this situation. Focus fire now on the Immortals, but it is going to target down several Stalkers. No Zealots now in play. Another one being warped in right now. These Stalkers taking a lot of damage. He's going to focus fire on those Zealots. Let those Stalkers come back up. Shields are down for the Immortal. Do we have a second Immortal coming up? No, we do not, because so many probes have been thrown away to these attacks. Oh my goodness, there are only 2 Stalkers left. He's going to go after him. He force fields the Stalkers inside his base. And did EGAxslav really just hold that off with an Immortal and all of his probes? Let's take a look at the income tab. 27 probes for Minigun to 18 probes for EGAxslav. He's going to take out these pylons. This will not supply block the opponent, but that is a lot of money wasted. There's another pylon out here they're going to want to hit. And right now, let's look at the production tab. Probes will continue to be made here for EGAxslav. And he may focus on just probes right now, or throw down a Nexus. And that's exactly what he will do right there. So defend, throw down the Nexus right now. Minigun realizes, okay, I need a Robo Bay too, or a Robo Facility. He's also going to throw down the Robotics Bay. So he's basically going into a Game 1 mode with what he's got here. The Observer is going to come out for EGAxslav. It's going to get a good view of everything. Just checking out the vision of EGAxslav. Sees a bunch of Zealots coming in. We'll see the Robotics Bay and the Robotics Facility with an Observer quickly being warped out of the building. The Nexus is more than halfway complete for EGAxslav. And he has not made a single unit since that battle has ended, except for probes. He's now putting down a Stargate, so he will continue production off of 2 gates, a Robotics Facility, and a Stargate. Probe out here making sure nothing's going to come in. You can see that Minigun also has not really been able to focus too much on his army. But the thing is that he didn't throw down a Nexus, so he decided to go with pretty much tech exclusively. First Colossus is coming out, but the Stargate will be a phenomenal counter to that. Let's see what he's going to get out of there first. You can go with Void Rays. That can also be used as a harassment tool. Hold on, we got some action coming up. Oh no, Stalker could go down here. It's going to get away. Will all these units come out, try to block him? Stalker's going to, no, won't take the bait. Won't take the bait. Worm was on the hook, but not going to take the bait. We do have a Void Ray coming out of here. And imagine a bunch of Void Rays come out of here. Nexus finally going down pretty late here. Colossus is out, but again, not a whole lot of ground units to support that Colossus. If EGAxslav decided to push with just this Void Ray and the army that he's got, maybe even an additional Immortal, I do believe he would win. He's going to take vision right now. Make sure that you can see any sort of impending army that might be coming over. Uh-oh, Observer. See, oh, hello, Void Ray. That's not going to be great for what I've got here, but that means that he might have to just produce more Stalkers. Of course, that means that that's gas being spent on those gateway units. A lot of players like to I mean, it's better than making sentries, I suppose, but a lot of guys will just make Zealots. We have Stalker now stalking ROOTMinigun on the outside of his base. And I really do feel like, just take a look, 42 to 37, you remember how many probes that EGAxslav had to give up in order to defend that push. But I do believe, you know, instead of going with a hardcore tech, he decided to expand and get Stargate. Whereas opponent really decided to tech up and then get the late expansion. Now, granted, Minigun does have more probes out, but I feel like having this economy longer allowed him to get 2 of these Void Rays out. We've now got several Immortals, a lot of Zealots out there. We've got some Sentries as well. You'll notice that there are hardly any Stalkers out right now, and Observer is going to see what's going on. The probe count almost even once again. Oh, wow, I like this. EGAxslav is going to get +1 air weapons. Now, this is not an upgrade that we see very often out of the Cybernetics Core, but if you are going to continue, and it does look like we're going to have another Stargate put down, so forget about the Tier 1 upgrades. I don't even see a Forge yet. It doesn't look like his opponent's going upgrades, so he's going to go with Phoenixes now to accompany the Void Rays that he has. If the Void Rays charge up on all of the other units, then they will just melt through anything that is left over for the Protoss. Does look like the 2 Colossus, several Zealot, and Stalker push may happen here. I'm sure, well, let's see. We have, oh my gosh. He is going to combat Stargate with Stargate. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We're going to have Void Rays popping out, and a lot of Void Rays. Not just 1 or 2, but several. Now, this might actually be really good. We do have the Phoenixes out. Wow. I'm like just kind of like thinking over this game in my head, just trying to figure out exactly where this might go. Let's take a look at EGAxslav's army. Let's take a look at the food count right now. EGAxslav is at 121 to Minigun's 114. We've got a few Phoenix that are out and about, going to start to make their rounds around the map. Let's see what they decide to do here. Make their way into their opponent's base. Here come, oh, there's only a couple of Stalkers there. They will lift a couple of probes. They get away. Hull damage free. Only shields gone down. More Phoenixes coming out. Now remember, we do have these Voiders. Wow, a lot of Phoenixes coming out, pretty much playing it like it's a Corruptor. Void Rays are hiding back here, and he's going to try to go after these Phoenix, doing some initial damage, but that Phoenix actually takes a lot of damage. You'll notice Minigun not moving out, though, simply using these Phoenixes as a harassment tool while he takes a 3rd base, which I absolutely love. He's gonna, oh, he comes up into the back and sees a ton of Void Rays out, and he's going to be going, okay, so Colossus and Void Rays. There are still several Phoenixes out, so he may continue that Phoenix production, which looks like exactly what he is going to do. Remember, if the Phoenixes don't have any other air, oh, he almost got that Observer. He actually passes it up. It was just simply a move command Observer, and he's going to get EGAxslav Observer if he's not careful, and he does, and we could have a battle commence here shortly. Wow, so there are 6 Void Rays. Well, let's just look at the unit counting station so I don't have to use elementary school counting. 7 Void Rays to 2 Void Rays, but 10 Phoenixes out, 3 Colossus. Wow, and 4 Immortals for EGAxslav. EGAxslav also having taken the top, or taken probes now. Looks like he's going to move forward, warping some units down. Could cancel this 3rd expansion. Do like this, but Minigun will get some units in there. Looks like that will be taking out harassment here in the main once again as more probes are picked up. Void Rays do move in, but they only do shield damage to those Phoenixes. Looks like this 3rd base will go up. A lot of probes transferring over, though. EGAxslav will have his 3rd base up and running right away. Phoenixes got to be careful because it looks like this army might actually be moving out right now. Several more Void Rays. You got a total of 8 Void Rays. No, these are not hallucinated Void Rays. More units coming. Oh, picking up the transferring probes. And just looking at the Enko, oh my gosh, a huge amount of probes lost, 42 to 70. While the army moves in, he does have a lot of sentries. He could decide to force field. The problem is that he doesn't have his Phoenixes to deal with those Void Rays right now, so he's going to have to bring them back. Look at the amount of Phoenixes that he has. That is absolutely incredible. But it looks like Minigun's going to go ahead and make an attack here on this 3rd base. I love this decision. As slow are the units of EGAxslav to make their way over. They're going to go in. Let's see how they do versus these Void Rays. He's deciding not to attack. He's just going to basically pin his opponent inside this base and force him out, but that was a huge loss from EGAxslav. Here he comes. Will he get the force fields off? He's going to immediately start going after these Colossi. Oh, and the Void Rays going down. 1 Colossi will fall. A ton of the ground units are falling for EGAxslav, but he has so many Phoenixes. I think he'll be able to get rid of the Phoenixes and then go ahead. Wow, wow. All that EGAxslav has left are these Phoenixes. But there's nothing that these Colossi can do. He's picking up the Stalkers 1 by 1, taking them out, and then he'll go after the Colossus. Void Rays go in for the Nexus. Colossus is going to immediately go after these probes, and it is almost a base trade, but the Phoenixes will take out all the Colossi. They'll be able to lift the final Zealots, and the third base has started to go up for EGAxslav over here. I cannot believe it. Void Rays and Phoenixes save the day. He's probably going to come over here and start harassing. We do have a couple of photon cannons going up. More units coming out here, and with the assistance of those Void Rays, going to pick up one probe. Moving out here, going to pick up a Stalker. Look at how quickly they do damages to those Stalkers. Void Ray coming out is not going to focus fire that Void Ray. Now he does, and all those ground units will die. Plenty of energy left on these Phoenix, and he's got so many. He's now going to move in, but he's going to see that there is a cannon there. He's going to go ahead and snipe a few anyway. Wow. Wow. He's going to go ahead and try to take out those cannons. I'm not sure why he's just sitting there. I'm not sure he should actually be wasting energy on those probes, but 50 to 37, as if you saw there, Minigun was in the lead. Now EGAxslav is well behind with only 37 probes, trying to get more here, coming to this third expansion. Going to move in. Is there a photon cannon here? Yes, there is. He's going to go in, lift probes anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. A quick way to kill some probes as more Phoenixes join into the party. Oh my gosh, he can pick up all these gas drones. That's exactly what he's going to do. Crippling the Protoss just a little bit more. You can see only Stalkers coming out for Minigun. He has done an enormous amount of damage. But what's he going to do for a ground army? I really don't believe that he can win off of Phoenixes, but ladies and gentlemen, he's got a third Stargate up. He might as well just win with Phoenixes. Phoenixes do have +1. He's trying to take out one Stalker. He's going to move in. Oh my gosh. Stalker's going down left and right, being lifted just 1 or 2 at a time. He'd be wise if he could get some Zealots in. He's also got some Stalkers of his own. Going to move forward. Is losing some Phoenix, but remember, he's got 3 Stargates and is quickly replenishing those. All of the lifts are gone. Graviton Beam is over. He's going to move out. Probably a smart move. Doesn't want to lose too many. He's got several more over here. Wait for those shields to recharge. More probes going up. 50 to 52. Harvesters right now. 2 more gateways going down, so more Stalker production can begin to happen. Comes and checks. Nope, no probes here, as there are only probes at the second and the third base. He's going to move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, cannon, 16. What? 16 probes. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Now, the last time I saw something like this, I think, is when Phoenixes originally got that buff. And people were kind of just, you know, anytime they make a change to a unit, and when I say they, Blizzard, they make a change to a unit, people typically just mass these units. More probes getting picked up here, as these Phoenixes are doing a ridiculous amount of damage to the economy right now. 37 probes, 258. But the Stalker count, where? Oh, Stalkers are moving over to the third base right now. There's absolutely nothing here to combat this. What are the Phoenixes going to do? Of course, they can't just kill buildings. He's going to go in and try to cripple his economy once and for all. Oh my goodness, he picks up 1, 2, but he knows that he's got to go back. He's definitely going to lose. This expansion immediately puts down this third over here. But again, there are an awful lot of Stalkers here. Here comes somewhat of an army. And versus the Phoenix, this army will actually do very, very well. Phoenixes are going to try to cut off this army. Army trying to juke him around. Oh, he might catch him on the backside. Army going to have to move back. Phoenix is going to have to respond very, very quickly. Guardian Shield will go up. Phoenixes are going to move forward and start to lift up these Stalkers. Meanwhile, both of the Immortals are focused fire down, but so many Phoenixes, they can almost just lift all of the Stalkers. Wow, Minigun says GG, good luck in tournament. And the Phoenix build from EGAxslav wins. EGAxslav moves on in IPL Season 1 to Losers Round 4 and stays alive for for one more game. I'm DJ Wheat, and we'll see you for another round of IPL Season 1 soon. Check out IGN.com/IPL to win one of 5 Nintendo 3DSs and learn a lot more and see the great games of IPL Season 1.